What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. What up, what up, what up? Back with some more LeBron James reaction video business. Somebody recommended this one to me personally. I haven't watched it, but they basically said this video is a very truthful parody, comedy kind of presentation regarding LeBron James. Then I went to the channel and it looks like they have quite a bit of LeBron James content, but it looks like they also are having some fun and poking at other plays as well. But you know, this person told me that honestly it's funny, it's harsh, but it's all facts. So I am really interested, and I could see it's a play on Michael Jordan's The Last Dance, The Last Excuse, and I also see there's more videos, The Last Choke, etc., etc. So anywho, let's see what this is all about.
Failure, the great motivator. Nothing great in life can be built without it. Throughout the annals of sports history, we are provided countless stories of perseverance. Immortals who have stared down the icy clutches of failure, only to stand defiantly resolved to turn those shortcomings into personal triumphs. All of the greats shoulder the brunt of failure, except for one, a chosen one, LeBron James, a guy who not only is the undisputed GOAT of excuses, but is so utterly legendary. He has an entire delusional fan base parroting these claims on his behalf.
But let me say this to all the critics out there. The man is 38. And Stephen A., you alluded to it about him not being 100%. Damn it, he needs surgery.
But in the wake of his retirement teasers as of late,
got a lot to think about.
Is it possible we have bared witness to the last cast, the last cram, the last excuse? And the excuses started at an early age and stage for LeBron James in his NBA career, as in just his fourth season while in the 2007 NBA Finals, we were presented with one of the most prolific narratives in LeBron's endless bag of excuses, the not enough help defense, as if not enough help would excuse the alleged greatest player of all time from averaging just 22 points per game on 35% shooting in a 4-game sweep. And somehow, this pathetic playoff run is actually more often than not spoken about favorably in terms of LeBron's legacy, as an example of how LeBron single-handedly carried a team all the way to the NBA Finals. But James got all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals that season without even beating a team that had a winning record, as the Wizards and Nets, the Cavs' first and second round opponents, were both just 41-41. Once in the Eastern Conference Finals, the 50-win Cleveland Cavaliers got the 53-win Detroit Pistons team that no longer had Ben Wallace, their defensive anchor, nor did they have a single player that averaged over 20 points per game in that season. Man, what a legendary run. But LeBron and his media minions were only warming up with the excuse game, as they would take their efforts to new and never before seen levels in the wake of LeBron's baffling collapse in the 2010 playoffs. LeBron stormed into the second round matchup with the fourth-seeded Boston Celtics, as the Cleveland Cavaliers had the best record in the NBA that season, and LeBron was the MVP of the league. And everything was going according to plan for the Cavaliers through the first 3 games of the series, with Cleveland taking a 2-1 lead against the Celtics. In the first 3 games, MVP LeBron averaged 32 points per game on 54% shooting and registered a plus-minus of positive 21. But something happened between Game 3 and Game 4. LeBron's scoring and efficiency took a complete nosedive as in Game 4, 5, and 6, James scored just 21 points per game on 34% shooting from the field, while posting a negative 37 plus minus. The Cavaliers went from a 2-1 lead to not winning a single game the rest of the series. On the surface, this would appear to be just one of many high-leverage choke jobs in LeBron's career, but a different excuse quickly started making the rounds following LeBron's puzzling collapse, before absolutely exploding into a viral story. The implication being that LeBron's mother, Gloria James, was getting nice with Cleveland teammate Delonte West. Only the all-time excuses goat of goats could come up with this one. LeBron would, of course, take his talents to Miami a few weeks later.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
And would guarantee 7 titles for the Heat organization.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. Not 7.
Yeah, that didn't happen, but it wasn't LeBron's fault. For starters, let's go back to the bag for the best excuse in the entire arsenal. He just didn't have enough help. That is despite having 2 perennial All-Stars and future Hall of Famers, Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, in their aged 32 and 29 seasons. Oh, and also, it was pretty hot in the Spurs arena. LeBron would get carried off the court with cramps and carried away right out of town, back to Cleveland. James won his one and only ring there, while he had the biggest super team on the block. But as soon as someone evened the playing field, LeBron all of a sudden, wait for it, didn't have enough help. Of course, no one in NBA history could possibly have won that series in 2017 against the Durant-Curry super team. That is despite Kyrie Irving averaging 29 points per game in the series, while outscoring Steph Curry and outshooting him at every level, from the field, the three-point line, and the free throw line. Oh, and the trio of Irving, Kevin Love, and J.R. Smith outscored and outshot the trio of Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. But yeah, totally unwinnable series there. The next season would be LeBron's last in Cleveland. And of course, he lost in the finals again. But not only did he have, wait for it, not enough help, LeBron also played the last 3 games of the series with a broken hand, or so he claims. This is despite not mentioning anything about it the entire series, never appearing on a single injury report, never alluding to any kind of pain or discomfort at any time on the floor during any of games 2, 3, and 4, and being seen dapping up some kids on his way off the court after being eliminated in game 4. But less than 30 minutes after these handshakes, with that same hand, LeBron would appear at the podium wearing a cast, where he would let us all know he was in fact playing with a broken hand.
Pretty much played the last 3 games with a broken hand, so.
LeBron, of course, not having enough help anymore, as we know, had to jump to yet another team and search for another ideal scenario to try to steal some easy rings to bolster that legacy, which he did with Anthony Davis in the Disney bubble. And things were all coming together this season as well, as the Lakers got all the way back into the Western Conference Finals behind Anthony Davis and significant contributions from a multitude of role players. The Lakers were in 1-possession games late in the 4th quarter in all 4 games of the Western Conference Finals, with LeBron gagging all over himself in the clutch. For the series, he shot just 7 of 23 in the 4th quarter, but it wasn't LeBron's fault. Immediately following the game, we learned that LeBron was dealing with an injured foot that may or may not require surgery this offseason, and it remains to be seen if LeBron will make good on any of his latest retirement musings. But it is a pretty safe bet that if he returns to an NBA arena near you next year, he will continue to do what he does best and fail. But not to worry, as there are plenty of excuses still waiting in his unlimited bag.
Oh, that was so wonderfully executed, and there was absolutely no lies said in that entire video. In fact, there's something I actually forgot. I forgot that Pistons team. See, I was getting the Piston teams meshed together or confused. Ben Wallace was not on that team. I was under the impression that Wallace was on that team, and I was also under the impression that the Pistons had closer to like high 50s or 60 wins that season. But that is a different Pistons team than the one I was thinking of. They had definitely fallen off a little bit. But if you've been following my channel, I have literally put out plenty of videos in the past highlighting LeBron James and the excuse, the bag of excuses. I even put out one specific video saying, is this guy accountable for anything? Is it ever his fault? But this was so wonderfully executed. I couldn't have said any of this stuff better myself. And there is not a single, like, it's funny, and it may be harsh. It might be a harsh reality for some people out there, but this was all facts. This was all facts. Some of the editing was so well done in this. It actually added I can't talk. Actually added to the comedy of the video. The edits, man, they were spot on. I tell you what, this is a video. This is a channel called Scap Attack. If you're curious, I don't know if it's one person or a group of people, but they do a great job. The channel does a great job at these. That was funny. Like I said, they got more LeBron James content. I'm guessing very similar style here. Saw some Kevin Durant stuff, some Ben Simmons stuff, etc., etc. So yeah, if you would like to see me react to more of these kinds of videos, just let me know in the comment section, and sound off what you think about this. Is this all facts or is this all cap? I think it's all facts. Matter of fact, I know it's all facts. None of this stuff is made up or fabricated. None of it. Not a single one. And that wait a second, before I sign off, that is one thing I always said. I was like, in that Warriors series, LeBron James and them had the super team. All right, the Warriors didn't become a super team till Kevin Durant came. But I've always said this, and people disagree with me. I was like, they simply even the playing field, if anything, as far as superstars go. Right? Kyrie, Steph. Kevin Durant, LeBron. Klay Thompson, Kevin Love. I don't throw Draymond Green in that category. I know what he means to the Warriors, but Draymond Green as an individual player is not on the level of those other 6 players. He just wasn't. So yeah, I agree. It's simply even the playing field, but people tend to think that this Warriors team was just unfair and unbeatable compared to the Cavaliers super team, and they weren't. Yes, they were after Kyrie left, but when Kyrie was there, no siree. Anywho, let me know what you think about it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified. I'll catch you on the next one. We out, baby.